Here is the safety of the ultimate wall. Yes, you will be protected from the invasion coming from outside into this region. You are in the perfect world of mind. Mind is guarding you, and you have full protection here from the invasions coming from the other parts of the universe, if they are there, if there is a beyond. Here is the clarity of the sword of light. It is a shining sword which will cut all the knots of existence. Guardian knot. That sword will cut the knots of existence. Here is the clarity of the sword of light. Here is the victory of a single truth of mind. Here burns the diamond of flawless bliss. What poetry, you see. Here is the safety of the ultimate wall. Here is the clarity of the sword of light. Here is the victory of a single truth. Here burns a diamond of flawless bliss. So the thoughts, ideas, philosophies, all those things, they are diamonds, and they have their own charm, their own beauty, their own attraction, you see. In fact, that is what the philosopher enjoys, the unity of idea, the completeness of its own idea, structure, harmony. Here burns the diamond of flawless bliss, a favorite of heaven and nature. Live, come here and become the favorite of heaven and nature. Now, whether he is the favorite of heaven and nature, that we don't know. But he is assuring that Savitri will be the favorite of heaven and nature here. That Savitri will be definitely the favorite of heaven and nature if she lives here. But whether he himself is the favorite, perhaps he is not. You see, he is not, in fact. You see, but he is asserting because there is an authority in his voice. There may not be any content in his speech. Yes, it has to be so, proud. But to the too satisfied and confident sage, so that one is a sage now, mind, you see, because he is summonizing her. Savitri replied, casting into his world sighs deep release, the harsh questioning inner voice. Sighs a deep release. That is the guarantee, that is the assurance that we have to move forward. Savitri's sight is not cut by mind, fixed mind. She sees something even beyond mind. And therefore, there is a sort of a release from what this sage is telling to Savitri. There is something more than that. Now, it is important that it is the sight, the vision, drishti, divya drishti, which will come later on. It is that which will come and give you true light, true ideas of things, you see. Until then, well, it is all mental play, abstractions, you see. And that is that the heart's questioning inner voice. Now, therefore, when we say that I heard the voice of my soul, it is not really always the voice of this soul. It is something which is coming from this inner world, which is still away from the soul, which is coming out. There is a soul here, there is the inner world made of inner mind, inner vital, inner subtle physical, and then beyond that is the surface world. So we are in contact with this inner person, you see. And what we can hear, we cannot really hear this one. What we hear, if at all, is the voice from the inner world, not from the soul. So the heart's question inner voice. For here the heart spoke not, only clear delight of intellect reigned here, limiting cold sighs. Here stands for that fixed mind's world. For here, that here stands for the world as that fixed mind. For here, the heart spoke not. Only clear delight of intellect is only intellect which is speaking, abstraction, you see. Reigned here, limiting, cold, precise. And Savitri replies to the sage, happy are they who in this chaos of things, see, this is what mind will do. You see, you are stuck with a certain idea, but there is equally good another idea, third idea, fourth idea, and if you now bring all the ideas together, what will they produce? They will produce chaos. They will produce chaos. Happy are they who, in this chaos of things, this coming and going, or the feet of time, they come and go, like passing show. These ideas come, stay there, disappear. Can find a single truth, the eternal law, untouched they live by hope and doubt and fear. So that is what they do. They live only by hope and doubt and fear. Untouched by the eternal law, you see. Happy are they who in this chaos of things can find a single truth. In other words, it's true that they have found a truth, each one, and they are happy. But then they remain untouched. Happy are men anchored on fixed belief, my religion, my philosophy, my science, my thought. We remain firm holding on to them. Happy are men in this uncertain and ambiguous world. Well, up to a certain extent it is true that religion gives you some kind of a psychological support. You can lean upon it to some extent. But then other religion, other philosophy, another thought, another idea, it becomes a conflict, you see. In this uncertain, ambiguous world, or who have planted in the hearts a rich soil, one small grain of spiritual certitude. Yes, even the idea can put a seed of spirituality in the human soil. But that is not sufficient. A small grain, small little thing. The spirituality is vast. The whole field is there. Happiest who stand on faith as on a rock. Happiest who stand on faith as on a rock. Again, see the poetry again here. Happiest is what is called the dactyl. Strong, short, short. Long, short, short. Happiest who stand on faith, I am. As on, short, short, period. A rock, again I am. So the modulation of the meter gives you a kind of charm, beauty and power to the whole expression at the same time. Happiest to stand on faith as on a rock. See, if you change the line to something else, who stand on faith as in a rock, happiest, the poet is gone. Poet is gone. The meaning is there, but the poet is gone completely. See. That is the power of poetry also. Happiest who stand on faith as on a rock, you see. But I must pass leaving the ended surge. I cannot stay here. I'm sorry. You are happy and all that thing, but I will not be happy here. Although I might become the favorite of heaven. He said no. I might become the favorite of heaven and nature, but I am not going to be happy here at all. See, I must pass on. I must move. But I must pass, leaving the ended search. To sounded outcome firm, immutable, and this harmonic building of world fact, this ordered knowledge of apparent things. So what is this world after all? Geometric world, the computerized world. What is it after all? Ordered knowledge of apparent things. It does not really have the living breath in it, the living soul behind him at all. It is geometric, it is structural, it is proportionate. Fine, fine, fine. But where is the life behind that? The spirit behind it? It is not there at all. I mean, this ordered knowledge of apparent things. Here I can stay not, for I seek my soul. Savitri is aware of it all the while. Here I can stay not, for I seek my soul. Again, the whole line is monosyllabic. Here I can stay not, for I seek my soul. And see the inversion here. Here I can stay not, for I seek my soul. Here I. The reversal is there. First the emphasis here. No, I'm sorry. I cannot. Here I can stay not, for I seek my soul. None answer to that bright, contented world, in that bright, contented world, or only turn on their accustomed way, astonished to hear questioning in that air our thought that could still turn to the beyond. So they are puzzled that there can be somebody who can question us, who can challenge us, who can dispute with us what we are saying. They are puzzled about it. None answered in that bright, contented world. Yes, it is a fixed mind, world of brightness and all that. But they are not. Only turned on their accustomed way, astonished to hear questioning, that Savitri is questioning their existence at all, their way of living, or thought that could still turn to the beyond, that beyond this existence, beyond this world of mind, there can be something. They are puzzled. But some murmured, passers by, kindred spheres, each by his credo just the thought she spoke. Savitri has spoken this thing, but each person, each idea, each philosophy is going to interpret what she is saying in his own way. Savitri says something, this religion will interpret like that religion will interpret like that, this philosophy will interpret like that. Each, therefore, is going to judge by his own tradition, by his own credo, by his own fixed ways of thinking and doing things, and upbringing and tradition. Just the thought she spoke. And then there are a few examples he has given here. Who then is this who knows not that the soul is a least gland or a secretion's fault, disquieting the sane government to the mind? You see. So he is a biologist. He is a gland, secretion's gland, you see. Disquieting. And what does that gland do? It disturbs. You see, you are living very happily, peaceful in your life and emotions and thoughts and all that thing, but then soul comes and disturbs you. But it's a kind of a secretion of a gland. Is a least gland or a secretion's fault, disquieting the sane government of the mind, disordering the function of the brain, or a yearning lodged in nature's mortal house. So you have some earning, but then it is soul who comes and disturbs you, you see. Otherwise you are living a very peaceful, quiet, harmonious life, daily, you see. Or dream whispered in man's cave of hollow thought, who would prolong his brief, unhappy term, or cling to living in a sea of death. In a sea of death. That's what happens. Now, the secretions, glands, all those things. There are two sonnets of Shrevendra. The Dream of Surreal Science. One sonnet, The Dream of Surreal Science. And the second sonnet is Discoveries of Science. Now, in The Dream of Surreal Science, I will not read the whole thing. A gland writing Hamlet. So who has written Hamlet? It's not Shakespeare who has written, but some kind of a biological gland, it came out and wrote Hamlet. As we also sometimes say, who has written Hamlet after all? It is some monkey sitting on a typewriter and pressing keys, and the Hamlet came out. It is that kind of a thing, you see. A monkey simply managed to see out of a big chance, some kind of a composition has come out because of his random pressing of these uh, type buttons and produce that Hamlet, you see. A gland writing Hamlet, hormones composing Odyssey. After all, it is some kind of a secretion hormone. Thyroid speaking of the wheel and the eightfold path. So it is not Buddha, it is some sort of a thyroid which has come out and spoken of bow tree and the eightfold path and the wheel of karma, of law. Brain driven by disordered stomach. That is Napoleon. His conquest of countries marched throughout the country. It is Napoleon's great contribution that he gave stability to the French Revolution. He consolidated the gains of French Revolution. Although his method was an Asuric method, in fact, he was part of that, but it is he who came specifically for consolidating the gains of the French Revolution, you see, at that time. And what does scientists say today? What does modern critics say about it? It is some person with an upset stomach who is riding over Europe and conquering countries. Disordered stomach thundering through Europe. And today, an scientist playing with the atom to blow out the world before God could have time to shout, stop, stop, stop. Before God could have time to shout, the scientist will come and blow out the world. So this is what the gland is doing. This is all physical, biological process only which is accomplishing. Secretion spot, you see, as it says here. And the discovery of science, he says, algebra of mind, scheme of sense, symbol without depth, scant earnings of intelligence. Whatever you gain, they are small earnings of intelligence. Words producing nothing but a maze. That is the discovery of science. See, it's true also, we have discovered that if you take hydrogen and oxygen and combine them together, you have water. Now, it's not really a discovery. What you have really discovered? Nothing. You're not really. How the properties of hydrogen, which are totally different than the properties of oxygen, have produced together something else which has totally independent properties of the constituting elements. What was not there at all, how they have come? The property of hydrogen is to burn. The property of oxygen is to cause burning. The property of water is to suppress, quench burnings. How it has happened? We are not really understood. We have simply said magically, oh, take hydrogen, oxygen, there you are, you see. We have not really understood at all, anything at all, see, whole process. That is the gain of science, you see. But others, nay, it is her spirit, she is. So he is mocking. The second person is mocking at Savitri. This is not secretion's gland. Savitri is in search of her spirit. He is mocking at her. And what is spirit? A spirit is nothing but a splendid shadow of the name of God. There is really nothing like a spirit. It's only a shadow, a formless luster from the ideal's realm. The spirit is the Holy Ghost of mind, but none has touched its limit or seen its face. Nobody has really seen the Holy Ghost. It is only the creation of mind.